So this is my presentation of The Piazza by Herman Melville and A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. So a Piazza summary, because we need to know what we're talking about here. So it's about a man who retreats to the farm area, and he has a beautiful house and it has a very beautiful surrounding. But the one thing that his house does not have is a piazza. And we come to find later throughout the story that he desperately desires for a piazza. But he doesn't take into consideration the very beautiful surrounding around his house. And I quote from the story, "While the south side apple trees are there, pleasant of a balmy morning in this month of May, to sit and see that orchard white budding as for a bridal, and in October, one green arsenal yard, such piles of ruddy shot, very fine, I grant." So he doesn't take into consideration everything else that he has. He just complains about the one thing he does not have, which is a piazza. Well, he sees a house on top of a hill that has a piazza, and he comes to find that a sad seamstress is living with her brother, living in that house. And the seamstress doesn't care about the piazza, but wishes for a better life in the White House, or in a White House, sorry. And he comes to find later that if she can live in that White House, she will have such a much better life and whatever. And he realizes that she wants a better life, but won't work for it. And she wants to keep playing victim and not really do anything to get out of being a victim of, oh, woe is me, my life sucks right now. And she likes just being like the victim, basically, instead of doing anything. And well, then he goes back to his house and is haunted by the fact that she won't do anything to get out of her life. And eventually he does get a piazza, but he's haunted by the Mariana, who is the seamstress, we find out. He's haunted by Mariana's face for the rest of the story. Now, I'd like to sidetrack a little bit and talk to you about A Midsummer Night's Dream. There's these two characters, Titania, sorry, I can never get this right, Titania and Oberon from A Midsummer Night's Dream. And these two pair, they're married, and they're fighting over this one boy who is a changeling. Oberon wants to make him a knight, but Titania will not give up the child because she promised to the gods that she will protect him. Well, because of this, her husband gets really mad and jealous and basically poisons his wife. And this poison is a love potion. And this love potion is very special. The minute that you drink it, you fall in love with the first person that you see. Well, Titania falls in love with this guy named Bottom, which has a human body and the head of a donkey. And because of the love potion intoxication, she ends up giving Oberon the child because Bottom asks her to give up the child. Now, why am I bringing this to your attention? Well, these two characters, Oberon and Titania, have a very specific connection to the piazza. First off, the Midsummer Night's Dream is actually mentioned in the piazza, but there is some relation and connection to both stories. First off, the man in the farm wants something very, very bad. And this is very similar to what Oberon wants. He wants the child. So they both want something, and they're unhappy until they get it. Now because of this, in the end, it's almost they almost end up in the same ending as well, is the man gets the Piazza and Oberon gets the child. And throughout the story, so because of this, that's also another connection. The last connection is also each character in the story has a fantasy that makes them unhappy. And I say fantasy because it's to the extent where it's almost impossible to do or to like make. So, and I will explain that. Mariana, she wants a better life, but she won't do anything to have a better life. That is a fantasy. Then you're just fantasizing of a better life. Oberon wants the child, and unfortunately, even though he does get the child, he doesn't do it fairly. He kind of cheats and gives his wife a love potion. And so putting these together, we realize that the relationship between the two characters from Midsummer Night's Dream and the Piazza are very similar. So this is the end of my presentation. These are my sources cited, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And thank you so much for watching.